Before we begin, I just need you guys to see my Juicy Couture. Juicy Couture in the back. Courtesy of Ross. All right, babes. So, as you guys can tell by that title, welcome back to You Listen, I Yap. I'm your host, Tasia, but you guys can call me Tasia. Before we go any further, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And what did the kids be saying? New angle unlocked. So, yeah, this is my bed this way. So, I wrote down 15 things that make me personally feel more feminine. And I decided to share them with you because perhaps, maybe just perhaps, they can help you to feel more feminine. Of course, femininity is defined in many, many different ways. So do what feels comfortable, what feels safe, and what feels good to you. But I'm just sharing what feels comfortable, what feels safe, what feels good to me. And hopefully that can help some people discover what may or may not for them. So yeah, this is a long list, like literally a list. So let's get into it. First on the list is I shower daily. And not only do I shower daily, I have a signature scent. And not only do I shower daily and I have a signature scent, but I have certain body non-negotiables. So starting with shower daily. If you are a sweaty girl like me, if you have been diagnosed or maybe have not been diagnosed with hyperhidrosis, which I got diagnosed with hyperhidrosis when I was 12, that is a hyperactive sweat gland like disorder, like disease, and basically it just makes you like sweat excessively, like more than the average person. And it can get really uncomfortable, especially if you stress sweat, especially if you are always in a climate where it's hot and you're just sweating profusely. So getting that diagnosis then helped me to look things up that might be able to help me with that, because in middle school I was a smelly girl, but now we are no longer. 10 years later, we've come out on top. But my signature scent, you guys know, you guys have seen if you follow me on Instagram, or even if you subscribe to me on here, is 21 Gold from Rue 21. It's the purple spray bottle. I get compliments on that perfume every single day. I wear that perfume every single day. That is my signature scent. Not only is that my signature scent, where is it? Where is she? Right there, that pink bottle of lotion right there. It's the Olay hyaluronic acid. It is a good neutral scent because a lot of times also why people are smelly and they don't know it is that they're mixing scents together that either one, don't mix well with each other, or two, don't mix well with your body chemistry. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're finding a good lotion that is like a neutral scent and works well with you, because your body already has like a natural odor. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to have scents that mesh well with it to bring it out more. You know what I'm saying? So definitely recommend that Olay hyaluronic acid lotion. And then my body non-negotiables. Okay, so I don't shave as like, you know, consistently and as often as I should. Like right now there's hair under my armpits, but I am probably going to shave within the next couple of days because it's been like 2 weeks. And the reason why I shave under my armpits is because, again, I have a hyperactive sweat gland disorder. And with that, sweating holds a lot of bacteria. So if you're a sweater and you have hair under there, the bacteria is getting trapped, which is also making you stink. So you may be showering daily, nightly, whatever, but then you might still stink because there's hair on your body holding in that moisture. So one of my body non-negotiables is every 2 weeks I shave under my armpits. Not only that, for little Miss Mamas down there, I am not a bald warrior. I keep everything nice and trimmed up. But every now and then I do take the bikini trimmer and I just take it all off, because again, that is a dark place, a breeding ground for bacteria, and you don't want down there to be smelling unpleasant. It's not fun for anybody. So that's like some of my body non-negotiables. Another one of my body non-negotiables is that I need to lotion down and shower daily. My skin, it could be completely different from you guys' skin, but my skin, when I don't shower daily, it like gets irritated. Like it feels like I'm about to like it feels like stuff's crawling on me, and it just really, really drives me crazy. And so I would shower nightly, and then I'd go throughout my day, and I'd still get that feeling. I don't know what it is about my brain, but my brain operates better when I shower in the morning time, and start the day off clean and fresh. And sometimes at night I'll take a bath, which is like very relaxing and necessary, especially if you have a Miss Mama's downstairs. She needs to soak sometimes. Showers only is not gonna cut it. Sometimes you need to sit in some water. I started loving pink again, as we can clearly see. Pink when I was a little girl was everything to me. And then I started to grow up, and everybody started, being like, oh my gosh, you like pink? That's so lame. Or, being a girly girl all of a sudden went from being really, really cool in elementary school and like really, really the thing to like being in middle school. Like we've grown. My apologies, guys. We do have work later on. And yeah, so it just went from like all of a sudden, like everything shifted and everything changed. And going from 5th to 6th grade, it was just like, oh, it's time to grow up. This is this, that, and the third. And I remember like 6th grade, I just started wearing all black because it was just like, okay. Like, and then that was also when I first started experiencing like the whole sweating thing, so people could see the sweat under my armpits. And middle school was just a horrible time for me. I would not ever, ever recommend going back to anyone. But anyways, I got back to loving pink, and I'm so glad that I did, because there's so much soft femininity in the color pink. It makes you feel like a princess. I do have black on underneath it, but it literally makes you feel like a princess. Literally makes you feel like you're living in that early 2000s movie that you used to love watching. And now I'm that age of so many of the girls in those movies, like in the Legally Blonde movie. Now me and Elle are the same age, or relatively around the same age. And so it's just like getting back to that now is such a big deal to me. Getting back to being okay with accepting being girly, and being okay with accepting liking the color pink. Purple was my safe color, because it was like, for some reason, everybody could accept you liking the color purple, not the color pink, when literally purple and pink are sisters. So now my favorite colors are purple and pink. Purple will always have a special place in my heart, because for the longest time it was my safe place, and I do genuinely love the color. But getting back to pink makes little Tasia very, 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 very happy. All my clothes are cute, even my comfortable ones. Literally, this is my bathrobe. I got it from Ross yesterday. But you guys have seen my pajama pants. You guys have seen, like, all my clothes are literally cute. And if they're not cute, then they're like, like baddie-esque, which I think I'm starting to outgrow that aesthetic. I seen a TikTok that was like, don't force yourself to be a baddie if you're a cutesy girly. And I 100% think I might be a cutesy girly. Just because of like the things I enjoy, the way I carry myself. It never really gave baddie, but I just have the body type that should go with baddie, but the mindset that goes with cutesy. Of course, I never bubble myself down to just one aesthetic anyways, but on my daily, day-to-day basis, my clothes are very much comfy, cute, basic with cute, you know what I'm saying? So, period. I am trying my hardest to be mindful of the words I use and the tone, and that also ties into my next point, which is the media I consume is not rough and tough. I'm not a baddies connoisseur. I don't do the reality TV. More power to you if you do. But I do think that things like that is really, really low vibrational. Sitting around, especially baddies, I wish to God the whole Zeus network shuts down. Because sitting around watching other black women beat each other up consistently and just being like, enjoying that is insane to me. Like, sitting up, consuming that, was it every week or every day? I don't even know. But like consuming that, and like I've seen clips of it, and it just makes me feel icky. And I'm just like, I don't really understand how other people are like viewing this for enjoyment. But yeah, every media I consume is not only that. If you're consistently watching true crime podcasts, very low vibrational, you're putting yourself in a very, you may not know it, but you're putting yourself in a very jumpy, anxiety-ridden state, because you have all these cases of murders and kidnappings in your brain all the time. That's all you ever consume. It gets a little concerning when that's all you're listening to all day long, 24/7. And to be honest, my brain can't even handle that. I can do like one documentary, like one true crime documentary a year. Like, I don't even know how you guys are even able to do that. But like, more power to you, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, going back to like the words I use and my tone, definitely 100% this came from exiting out of my people pleasing stage. I found a voice. I found that I can speak up. I don't have to take people's crap. I don't have to sit around and let you treat me like crap. And I'm going to vocalize that you are not going to treat me like crap. That is a very like masculine thing to do, protecting. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a very masculine thing to do. Of course, you need a fair balance of both. I meant to mention that at the beginning of the video. You do need a fair balance of feminine and masculine energy. Feminine and masculine energy has nothing to do with being a boy or a girl. There's many different types of traits and attributes that's contributed to both feminine and masculine. You are in a huge state of mind when you have a balanced feminine and masculine. And then I think once you have that balance, then you can enter into your soft feminine era, which is where I am. For the longest time, I shied away from like my masculine energy, and like I let people like walk all over me and treat me like crap and all these other things. And it got to a point where it was just like, you're not going to kill me. Like, that's literally where it was getting. It was getting dark. Like, it was getting like, you're sucking all the life and the light and the energy out of me. And where do you think that's going to leave me? What type of mental state do you think that leaves me in? A very dark one. One where I don't want to be here anymore. You know what I'm saying? So once, especially dealing with these men, child. Like, So once I got to that point where I was like, y'all are not going to kill me. Y'all not going to take me up out of here. I got really defensive and protective of not just my light and my energy, but of me. And I started to speak very, very, very aggressively. Not even just like aggressively, just in like a very like, you're not about to like destroy me type of way. Like, I'm telling you right now, I know who I am. This is who I am, just in case you think you're gonna try me. And like, yes, time and place for sure. But like, when you're first meeting a guy, and like you would like for him to, I don't know, like you, maybe don't come at him like that. You know what I mean? Like, maybe don't be abrasive like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if someone tries you, okay. But off rip is kind of crazy. So once, like, when I had met my crush, like, once I had said something to him, and then he was like, yeah, no, like, you're a lady. Like, I was not rocking with that. I was like, because I forgot what I had said, but it definitely should have been an inside thought or a communication between the girlies. But I very much had said it out loud to him, like, yeah, whoop the whoop the whoop, and it came out like this, and he was like, and I was like, wait, give me another chance. My apologies. And that was like a wake up call for me. And I like had to like analyze, like, how am I speaking to people? Is how I'm speaking to people and the words I'm choosing and the words I'm using, is that what I want to be a reflection of me? And it really wasn't. So I was like, okay, back to the drawing board. Let's get back to the please, the thank yous, all of that. Using your femininity makes your life so much easier. I think a lot of times women forget that they are women and they are the prize, especially in this culture now where men are trying their best to convince you that they are the prize. They are not. You are the prize. You are the one who brings life into this earth. You are the one that brings so much, especially Black women. You are the one that brings so much nurturing and care into this world. And though they're not the prize. I'm sorry, men, you're not the prize. I don't know who told you guys that you guys were the prize. It doesn't mean that you guys aren't worth anything. It just means that you weren't the prize. Like, sorry, if you wanted to be a girl, I don't know. Like, there's things they can do now to, like, you know, make that happen for you. But like, as of now, in your current state, Bookie, no. So I think like women need to understand, like, your femininity can get you so far. A smile, a thank you, a please, a look can get you pretty much anything you want in this life. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to be like viewed a certain way. It's not being viewed a certain way. You are a woman. Use your femininity to get what you need out of this life. Clock it. So me, all right, since the Black wants to show, I'm not about to just keep pulling it close. So for me, I am a very self-aware individual. And a lot of self-aware individuals use it as a crutch. Like, oh, I have anxiety, so I can't do X, Y, Z. Or, oh, this happened to me and that happened to me, so that's why I'm this way. But I think something that really makes me more feminine and stand out from the rest is that I'm self-aware, and that's what I choose as a healing stepping stone. So, okay, these are my triggers. Sometimes some triggers cannot be changed. I've gone through some dark things in my life, and I've accepted that sometimes certain things are just a part of who you are, especially when you go through certain traumatic events. That being said, some things aren't as traumatic as others. For example, if you have a fear of public speaking, the best way to get over a fear of public speaking is to keep speaking. Speak to strangers. Speak to people you don't know. Show kindness. Put yourself in a job where you have to talk to people. And very quickly, you will get over that fear of public speaking. So if you're self-aware, like, oh, I have a fear of public speaking, so I'm never going to speak. No. I have fear of public speaking, so let me heal that. That's what I'm saying. Of course, there are certain things in this life, like I said, that are just like, it's not that black and white, but there are certain things that are, and a lot of people use those small little things and like use it as defining who they are as a person, instead of being like, okay, I'm aware of this, and there's steps I can take to heal it completely or heal it as much as possible. For me, altogether, I think I am a clean girl aesthetic all the way down. Before it was clean girl aesthetic, it was soft girl. Now you can't even find soft girl, but if you were on social media circa 2019 or 2020, soft girl was all the rave. Okay, like soft girls love pink, and they love simplicity, and they love the simple pleasures of life. And it's literally just the whole clean girl aesthetic, just like they just took all the color out of it, because like clean girl aesthetic is very like bland, but I'm very much, soft girl, clean girl, especially when it comes to my makeup. Okay, the clean girl makeup routine has been perfected on this here face. I'm always recognizing small accomplishments within myself and rewarding myself for it. No one's gonna cheer you on like you are going to cheer you on. And sometimes like you can tell somebody something that's a small win for you or even a big win for you, and they could be like, oh, okay. And like they won't give you like the reaction that you know is deserving of it. You know what you've overcame to get to this point or whatever, and they won't give you, credit where credit is due. You have to learn how to validate yourself. You have to learn how to reward yourself, baby. Everybody is not going to even want to see you succeed, honestly. So you have to be your biggest fan. Just like you can be your biggest critic, flip that and become your biggest fan. I have embraced being a girly girl to the fullest. At this point in my life, I am 23 years old. I really don't care what anybody has to say about me. I've gotten called whitewashed before, many a time. And it's kind of crazy because I'm really not, but nevertheless, I don't care. If being very girly and being very feminine and being very tapped into those aspects of myself make me whitewashed, call it what you want to call it, I don't really care. I love being girly. I love wearing dresses. I love wearing skirts. I love being sweet. I love listening to pop music. I love listening to K-pop. I love wearing pink. I love wearing purple. I just love everything. I'm a woman. You know what I'm saying? I embrace being the most feminine of that. Love high heels. Love shopping. All the things. And that ties into being fully aware that I am the main character. There's this narrative that gets pushed on social media oh, bro thinks he's the main character. In your story, you are. You know what I'm saying? It's not saying walk around through this earth self-centered and thinking that the whole world revolves around you. But it's also not saying this is your movie. If life is a movie, why wouldn't you be the main character in yours? Why would you settle for being background, side character, anything less than main? It's your movie. This is your life. And I think more people should take the reins of their own lives more. They rely so heavily on outside validation through social media, through people, through friends, through relationships. And it's you're the main character. In the movies that you guys watch, you never see the main character. They might go to their friends for advice or whatever. But for the most part, they're just going through their lives, knowing, this is my story. And they will say, this is my story. I can make it what I want to make it. You guys need to really develop that mentality. lives will change. And then going back into it, like, I don't really care for outside validation. If you like something that I do, cool. If you don't, I don't care. And you know, a lot of people say, look, that's easier said than done. I'd like to pose a debate that it's really not. You give energy into what you deem is important. If you deem that everyone else agreeing with what you are doing is important, let me shut that down really quickly for you. Even if 99% of the people you need your approval from approve of what you're doing, there's gonna be that one person, that 1% that doesn't. And so then what? How are you ever gonna be happy in life? But if you like what you're doing, if you enjoy what you're doing, if you love who you are, then everyone else around you needs to fall in line with that. Point blank, period. Outside validation is a trick. Like, it's really a trick. Like, you guys don't need a yes from everyone. You guys really don't need a yes from anyone but yourself. And that is so liberating and freeing, because it's like, oh, if I don't need a yes from anyone but myself, then I can live my life unapologetically. I can pursue my dreams. I can pursue my goals. I can, go for what I want to go for. I can like what I want to like and just be. And there's so much freedom that comes from just being. Another thing that really makes me feel very feminine is being a girl's girl. I will be quick to tell a girl, oh my gosh, I love your hair. Oh my gosh, I love your dress. Oh my gosh, this. Oh my gosh, that. Oh girl, where'd you get? I like the way your perfume smells. Oh, I got it from Route 21, 21 Gold, purple bottom. Buy one, get one $1, or buy one, get one free. Like, oh my gosh, I love your shoes. Where'd you get them from? Oh girl, I got these from Plato's on sale, thrift store. Love it. Oh my gosh, I love your bodysuit. Where'd you get it? Shein. Like, matter of fact, let me show you so you can make sure you get the right one. Like, love it. And not only that, if you see a sister down, oh my gosh, are you all right? Are you okay? Do you need a hug? Do you need a talk? If you see something going on where it's like someone's being left out, going out of your way to include them, things like that. Being a girl's girl is so amazing, so awesome, so cool. I'm not a people pleaser anymore. You would never enter into your soft feminine era if you're people pleasing. Clock it. You won't. It just won't work like that, because you'll be drained. You won't have no light. You won't have no energy. You won't have the care to wash. You won't have the care to dress. You won't have the care to pursue. You won't have the care to do anything but kiss the people's ass that you keep kissing. At the end of the day, you have to make a decision. Like, okay, do I want to suffer and be miserable, or do I want to live my life? How unfair is it to you that everyone else gets to live their life off the benefit of your light, off the benefit of your peace, off the benefit of knowing they can get whatever instant gratification they want from you? And you're just sitting there drained, empty, a shell of a person with no support, no friend. It's better to be alone than to be an ass kisser. Clock it. And last, but certainly not least, I understand that there's so much nuance to being a human being. And I embrace the complexities that come with individuality. What does that mean? It means that every day I may not want to wear the color pink. Sometimes I may want to wear the color black. Sometimes I might want to give alt baddie. Sometimes I might want to give coquette. Sometimes I might want to give cute lazy bum. Sometimes I might want to give bedriding queen. Sometimes I want to give antisocial queen. Sometimes I want to give extroverted queen, which is crazy because I'm introvert. Sometimes I might want to give bubbly, goofy, silly. Sometimes I might want to give reserved, shy, quiet. It just depends. I'm a human being. I have so much more complexities than just these labels and boxes that people put us in and expect us to be just because we're a girl or just because we're a boy. And I think that a lot of people are afraid to embrace their soft feminine era because they're like, I don't want to wear skirts every day. Sometimes I want to wear sweatpants. Y'all, if you didn't see my last video, I have sweatpants suits. They're pink. Why? Because per my last one, all my clothes are cute and comfy. So it's just like, it's like you have to understand that social media curates perfectly like a TV show, a movie. You're only seeing a glimpse of people's lives. So when you see these soft feminine or soft girly diaries or whatever, and every single day they're waking up at 5 a.m. doing Pilates, and every single day they're wearing skirts, dresses, pink, that is a piece of their day, a fraction of their week, a morsel of their month. And there are some days when those girls are not wearing that. There are some days when those girls are not doing that. There are some days when those girls are wearing jeans or sweatpants or shorts or sneakers or flip-flops or whatever. And I think that a lot of people get so obsessed with like labeling, like, oh, she's a girly girl, oh, she's a tomboy, oh, she's a blah 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 blah. Like, it's like you forget that a human being can have nuance. You know, like I said earlier, I don't stick to just one aesthetic. You never know with me, which is why you should follow me on Instagram so you can see the type of stuff I be wearing. But you never know with me. You never know what I might pop up with. You never know. Some days I might want to give baddie. Some days I might want to give cute. You know, it just depends on the time, the place, the scenario, and how I'm feeling. So when you understand that there's so much nuance that comes with being a human, it also helps you understand that tapping into your femininity can mean so many different things, because being feminine isn't just about the color pink or isn't just about being a nice person. Sometimes being feminine is smiling in a time when you don't even want to smile at yourself, but you know that smile is going to bring joy to others. Sometimes being feminine is just simply being you unapologetically without any consequence. That is all that I have for you guys. So thank you guys so much for listening to this You Listen I Yap. And you guys are definitely going to want to tune into the next one, because the next one are my unpopular opinions. Look at this. This is a whole page. Unpopular opinions that nobody asked for. So you guys stay tuned for that one. Thank you guys so much for listening to me. And I just want to tell you guys, thank you very much for like giving this small YouTuber a chance. You know, I stopped doing my reactions on my reaction videos on the channel that I had over 700 subscribers on, just because you know, I definitely loved and enjoyed, you know, my experience of learning about K-pop and, you know, exploring K-pop and stuff. But ultimately I was gonna reach 1,000 subscribers and then not be able to, like, what's the word, get compensated for, you know, the videos that take me hours to edit and stuff like that. So I was just like, you know what, let me just leave the reactions alone. It's a really hard avenue to try to like be successful in financially. And like I told you guys in my last video, you know, I'm paying a mortgage now. So it's really important to me that this dream that I've had for 5 years, that I've been chasing for 5 years, that I've tried so many different things to achieve, it's really important to me to just keep going. It's not just for me, it's for my family. And I think that when you do things that are not just for you, I think that it gives you a whole nother fire like no other. So I'm going to keep posting. I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to keep making these videos for you guys. But I am very appreciative of you guys that are investing here now while I'm making 16 views, 20 views, and all that. I really appreciate you guys for giving this small YouTuber a chance in a time, in the era where small YouTubers aren't being given a chance. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, babes. Bye.